What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Real Sociedad in La Liga. Another big game ahead in the closest La Liga title race that I have ever seen. We do play last out of the both Madrid teams, where both Madrid teams do have very difficult games ahead. A huge opportunity potentially for Barcelona to capitalize on some drop points, and of course, being the league leaders, we cannot be the first ones to drop point. That's why this game is an absolute must win. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below, and let's try and get to 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. Also, if you are new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 4:15 p.m. local time, so we do have the early kickoff tomorrow. And of course, this match will be taking place at the Lluís Companys Stadium in Montjuic, which of course is the temporary home and hopefully never ever the permanent home of Barcelona. And the referee for this match has also been confirmed as well. On the pitch, it will be Alejandro Gonzalez, and on the VAR, it will be Pizarro Gomez. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table, where Barcelona are currently sat top of La Liga on 54 points. After playing 25 matches, we have 17 wins, 3 draws, and 5 losses. And look at our last 5 games in the league, man. Freaking has not been 5 out of 5 wins probably since October, which shows how poor we've been, but shows how well we've done recently. So 5 out of 5. Madrid, same amount of points, we're only ahead based on 11 goal difference. Their last 5 is 2 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. Atletico Madrid ahead of them by 1 point, 3 draws and 2 wins in the last 5. And Athletic Club on 4th, which again we still have a bit of a gap ahead of them, 7 points. They also have the same record as Atletico, 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5. But again, 1 point separating first and third. Everyone won the past match week, so no slip ups quite yet. The question really now is who's gonna slip up first, and it could be, and it genuinely could be, this weekend, because when we take a look at the top teams and who they'll be facing this weekend, first we have Real Madrid traveling away to the Benito Villamarín to face Betis. Now Betis, decent side, away from home, where Real Madrid have struggled there in the past. Not saying it's a bogey team, guaranteed loss, but they've dropped some points here and there in that stadium over the past few years, so keep your eyes on that one. And also we have 3rd versus 4th, Atletico Madrid hosting Athletic Club. So someone in the top 4 is dropping points. That's also a big game. Hoping for a draw on that game, hoping for a Madrid loss against Betis. Both these 2 games take place later on today. Madrid game is actually a few hours after uploading this video, and Athletic Madrid game is later today, and then we play early in the morning, so we'll know both results heading into the Sociedad game, and hopefully there is a little bit of a point where we can capitalize, because whoever drops first, I think, out of this league title race is going to be the one that's never going to come back. I think we cannot be the first ones to drop points, especially from our good position. We need to hold on to it, and hopefully we do so after this match day. Now, if you take a look at our opponents in Real Sociedad, where they're currently standing in the league table, they're currently sat in 9th place in La Liga on 34 points. After playing 25 matches, they have 10 wins, 4 draws, and 11 losses. They have more losses than they do wins this season. You look at their last 5 games in the league, 3 losses and 2 draws, pretty much summing up the fact that they have been a very inconsistent team in La Liga this season so far. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Real Sociedad. Like I mentioned so far this season, they've been very inconsistent in La Liga. They should be pushing for those European spots, but they're quite far away from that, basically now having their focus on the European competitions and also the Copa del Rey as well. The last time they faced this season was at the Anoeta in a 1-0 loss. The revenge tour continues. This was, of course, a very jammy game. Barcelona were very poor in this game. We had a fantastic month of October, November. Bayern, Sevilla, Real Madrid, Red Star, Espanyol, all emphatic wins. In the last game before the international break was a 1-0 loss. Of course, we had that little bit of a dodgy Lewandowski VAR decision as well that could have, of course, gave Barcelona the lead in this game. But in the end, we could all agree it was a deserved loss. That Fermin on the left and Raphinha on the right and Pedri in the 10 just was absolutely pathetic. Nothing came out of it. But of course, now Lamine is back for this game, so hopefully he can help us secure the revenge in getting 3 points. And if you take a look at Sociedad's last 6 matches in all competition, in their last match, they lost to Real Madrid 1-0 in the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg. They beat Leganes 3-0. They beat Midtjylland in the Europa League 5-2, losing 3-0 to Sociedad, losing 3-0 to Real Betis, beating Midtjylland 2-1 in the first leg, and then beating Espanyol 2-1. But let's take a look at the last 3 games in all competition. Firstly is the 5-2 win against Midtjylland in the second leg of the Europa League. I believe this was a qualification round, if I'm not mistaken. Emphatic victory for Sociedad, 7-3 on aggregate in total. There were, of course, some rotation in this game, but of course they want to get over the line. That was the most important thing from their perspective. And emphatic win. The fact that they conceded 2 goals shows how poor their defense has been this season, but of course they're very, very lethal up front. Oyarzabal getting on the score sheet, Brais Mendes as well, Sukic getting 2 absolute golazos in this game. I think he missed a few good chances as well from distance, but a good win for Sociedad, and one that was, of course, fully deserved. Next one is their 3-0 win against Leganes. Same thing as well. Leganes fighting for the lives. It's at the end of what you expect a comfortable win, and that's exactly what happened. A very, very strong side as well from Sociedad with a few rotations. Of course, Oyarzabal not starting the game, Brais Mendes on the bench as well. So they made a few changes here and there, of course, keeping one eye on the cup game midweek. Despite that, of course, they still went out there and got the deserved victory. So no worries there. But I want to really discuss their last match in all competition, which is a 1-0 loss to Madrid in the Copa del Rey midweek. I, of course, watched this game the full 90 minutes. Sociedad were, again, it's typical, mid-table team. They're threatening the first 15-20 minutes, and after that, they were just utterly dead. To be fair, they had some, good, worrying moments, like getting into right areas, shot that was looks decent, but why? To be fair, Luden came up with I think 1 or 2 big saves in the second half, but this is their best team. Of course, there will be some suspensions in this game as well. Taki Kubo suspended for this game. Their center back, the one from West Ham, Agued, the Moroccan, I think he's suspended for the game as well. Becker, their striker, the one who scored against us to get the game 1-0, I think he's injured or suspended, so they're missing a few personnels in the game against Barcelona. So you're thinking, all right, let's go all out for Madrid in the cup midweek. They did that in terms of their lineup, but the performance wasn't up to scratch. The defense is easily gettable. Again, a front 3 of Arda Güler, Endrick, and Vinicius caused them trouble. To be fair, the Endrick finish was quite good for the first one, but he of course missed a sitter or 2 after that. So I would say that Madrid unfortunately did deserve to win the game, if we're not, beating the bush about it. But it just shows how vulnerable Sociedad are, how poor they've been. So this is what I'm seeing coming into this game against Barcelona. They of course have Europa League action next week as well. They played, of course, on Wednesday, so we are coming in with that extra rest, 24 hours, because we're staying at home, no traveling. They played a day later and are traveling to Barcelona. So all the signs here really point to Barcelona after this, I would say, poor result for them midweek in the Copa del Rey. So overall, final thoughts on Real Sociedad. They're a fantastic team. They're very well managed by the manager, Emmanuel Alguacil, who of course was in the running for the job before Flick got it. He's a very good manager. He's been with Sociedad now for quite a few years. Has probably had right now, I'd say, his worst season at the helm at Sociedad in terms of results and where they're currently at in the league. But of course, they're still in the Copa del Rey semi-finals, still in the Europa League, so you never know what they can do. But a very, very good manager. In terms of players to look out for, again, like I mentioned, there's gonna be a lot of suspensions from this game for Sociedad. So I really do rate Brais Mendes in the midfield. Of course, Mikel Oyarzabal as well. Sergio Gomez, their left back, is doing okay this season. They do have other Zola on the bench, of course, Vivendi, who've been linked with quite a few times over the past few summers. They do, of course, have great players, but again, in the league, they're ninth. They don't really, I wouldn't say they wouldn't care, but there's no real, emphasis on pushing. They have, of course, Europa League midweek, so again, all the signs here point for Barcelona. They have a few big suspensions as well in this game. No Taki Kubo is huge for Barcelona. Of course, they do have Berexe on the wing as well. Very, very dangerous winger who scored a few goals against Barcelona in the past. So again, still a very, very good team. But based on their form in La Liga, based on what's coming up, and based on their recent games, Barcelona should be getting at them quite comfortably. Now, we do have some fitness updates coming into this match. Firstly, weirdly and surprisingly, Andreas Christensen has received the medical green light finally, but he received it the morning after the Atletico 4-4 draw in the Copa del Rey, which is a bit strange, but got the medical green light on the list, so he's fully fit. Ansu Fati did not train this morning due to having a fever. Apart from that, every single first team player is fit and training, of course, apart from the two marks, Ter Stegen and Bernal, who are out for a longer period of time, but everyone's back, so there's nothing really to report on in regards to injury, and hopefully it stays this way from now until the end of the season. Let's now get into the lineup prediction. I'm going to start with the manager, of course, Hansi Flick. I'm going to try my best to predict this lineup. I think it will be fairly straightforward to predict in the sense that there will be, of course, rotations heading into the match against Benfica midweek, and after the match, intense match in the midweek against Atletico Madrid. The question really is for Flick, where will he make the rotation? I think Flick will go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think I'll go with Szczesny in goal, a back four of Kounde, Araujo, Inigo Martinez, and Alejandro Balde, midfield three of De Jong, Pedri, and Olmo, and a front three of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Raphinha. So I think he'll make one change with Araujo coming into the defense. I think that's pretty much guaranteed for either Cubarsí or Inigo. I'm guessing Cubarsí. The rest of the team, I think he'll make a change in midfield, but I really don't know what. Casado could come in, Gavi could come in, Fermin could come in, but who's coming out, I have no idea. I would like for Olmo to get consecutive minutes, but maybe Flick does not want to risk that. There are a lot of reports suggesting that Gerard Martin could maybe come in for Balde, so that could be an option as well. So we're looking at changes out. Of course, for Lewandowski coming in for Ferran after midweek, you could say is a change. So again, from this lineup that you see here, maybe one other change in the midfield or at left back, but when Flick rotates, he likes to rotate 2 or 3 players at the, maybe I would say 1 or 2 players at the absolute most, which I do like, of course. 1 or 2 players every game is much better than, racing the Gala 11 for 2 or 3 games and making full rotation, so I don't mind that. I actually do like it, but based on me as a fan, it's hard to tell who's tired, who needs the rest, all this sort of stuff. So I think Flick will make maybe 1 to 2 changes. I think one of them will definitely be in the defense and maybe 1 in the midfield, and then Lewandowski coming back in the attack is technically a change as well. But this will be the line that I think that Hansi Flick will select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Flick will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach. I have made a few more changes than Flick is supposed to make. I have gone with this lineup on the screen right now. I've gone with Szczesny in goal, a back four of Hector Fort, Araujo, Inigo Martinez, and Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of De Jong, Gavi, and Dani Olmo, front 3 Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Raphinha. So starting in the defense, of course, Araujo comes in. I would risk Cubarsí just because he's played so many more minutes. I know Inigo's just come back from injury, but I'd rather be more cautious with Cubarsí than Inigo. I brought Hector Fort at left back for Kounde because Kounde, of course, hasn't been on great form recently, and also to rest him as well. Maybe being on the bench will give him a bit of a wake-up call. I know he got bench against Rayo, but still so many minutes for him as of late. Or you could even argue putting in Kounde at right back and Hector Fort at left back. Wouldn't mind that. Either way, though, I'd be keen on starting Hector Fort. In the midfield, I was thinking about bringing Casado, but I'm like, this is the prime game for Frankie. Open game at home, we need progression. It's not really called for Casado. I'd be looking to start Casado maybe midweek against Benfica, so I've stuck with Frankie in the midfield. I brought in Gavi for Pedri, which of course is an unrealistic change, but I do want to, give some rest to Pedri. I think Gavi in this game would be fantastic. The intensity, the high pressure in the midfield will be crucial in this match, especially with Sociedad having more midfielders and aiming to win that midfield battle. I think Gavi will give us the edge. I've gone with Olmo the 10, consecutive minutes for him. I've gone with Ferran instead of Lamine Yamal. I know that the whole point of this game was to have Lamine Yamal back because we didn't have him in the last game, but we didn't have Ferran Torres in the last game either, and I want to rest Lamine after, basically playing a bit injured, you could say, against Atletico Madrid. So I want to really make sure he's cautious. We have big games coming up. We have Benfica, Osasuna, Benfica again. So I really want to make sure that he's fully rested. Of course, bringing back Lewandowski in the lineup, stuck with Rafa on the left. So this will be the lineup that I will select for this match. I think it's a very, very strong team, good enough to beat Sociedad, with also about 3 rotations as well. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you'd rather pick, my lineup or Flick's lineup. Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I've gone with a 3-1 win for Barcelona. I would love to keep a clean sheet, but I feel like we will concede just based on us really going for it per se. I see this us going 1-0 up, maybe even 2-0 up. They bring it back to 2-1, maybe make it a bit scary. I feel like their goal would definitely be on a counter attack. It won't be kind of in build up. They'll get maybe a consolation goal to give us back a bit of a cushion. I expect Barcelona to win this game for sure. You're at home, early kickoff on a Sunday, no traveling for the squad as well. I'm expecting a fairly strong team from Flick as well. there's no excuses. We're in a title race as well. I'm expecting one or both of Real or Atletico to drop points today as well. So you have to lock the frig in and get the result in this game. So I'm going Barcelona to win this game by 3-1. Love to keep a clean sheet. I think there is maybe, I would say, 15-20% chance we draw the game. The rest is a win. I don't think we'll lose this game at all. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think the scoreline will be. So that was a match preview for Barcelona versus Real Sociedad in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. Main thing I want to first see, of course, is your score prediction. And secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would you rather pick my lineup or Flick's lineup? What do you think Flick will go with? What would you go with? You're the manager. Leave me all your thoughts down below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me. Follow me after the match by my match reviews. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Big game ahead. Nothing but the 3 points. Take care and Forza Barca.